Hey ALang Gang, this is your host, Ally Langan, and welcome back to According to Ally. It has been quite the week. People in public really just kill my vibe. So I was on the path the other day, right, going into New York City, and there's this guy on the train with his AirPods in, loudly singing, okay? So think of the episode like Elf where he's like, I'm singing, and I'm here, and I'm singing. That was this guy on the path, okay? That's what he was doing. And we're all kind of sitting around looking at each other and we're like, what is this guy doing? I feel like public etiquette has just gone out the window. Gone out the window within the past few years. Like, the amount of crazy stuff I've seen in public, I mean, given I go into New York City pretty much daily, but the amount of crazy shit I've seen in public recently, people loudly singing on trains, people screaming in public, people like just doing weird things in public. I don't know, what things have you guys seen in public, right? What have you seen in public? I'm sure that you've seen some crazy stuff in public too. It's like every day I wake up, I go outside and someone's doing something weird in public, which is why, like, people watching, it is nothing short of entertaining. I love to people watch. I will sit outside and people watch all day long just for my own entertainment. People are just like strange in public, right? Leading into people in public being strange, I do enjoy my people watching, right? But I also enjoy my reality TV. So the new episode of Traitors just dropped. It is season 4. And I don't know if you guys have seen who they picked as the traitors. So the first one already got eliminated. Sorry for the spoilers. But the second one is Rob from Love Island. And I know you're probably thinking, like, they picked a Love Island person as a traitor. No, I think this was such a good idea to pick Rob from Love Island. He wrestles snakes for a living, okay? And posts it on TikTok and Instagram or whatever. This man wrestles snakes for a living, and he is now the snake in the grass on Traitors. He is the snake in the grass on Traitors. Insane. He was saying how every girl he's ever dated finds him hard to read and that he hides his emotions very well. I think this is going to make him a great traitor for this season. So the essence of the show is, if you're the traitor, you basically try to make it to the very end and you eliminate the faithful. So you eliminate the faithful people so you can make it to the end, but you can't let anyone know that you're the traitor. You can't get found out that you're the traitor. I think Rob's going to be excellent at this. I mean, who would think that the guy who wrestles snakes and was on Love Island is the traitor? I'm excited to see where he goes with this show. I think he's going to be very, very fun to watch as the traitor. I've been seeing some of the clips on TikTok and I've just been like laughing. He's hilarious. I think he's so funny. Yeah, I think it's ironic that the guy who wrestles snakes for a living is the snake in the grass on Traitors. I just think that's too good. That's just too good. So the other day I was going to the gym because I recently got over the flu, which, oh my God, it was awful. If you've had the flu, you know what I'm talking about. The flu that was going around the past few weeks has been awful. I was so sick, fever, chills, couldn't even get out of bed. Awful. 10 out of 10 would not recommend. So I recently got back into going to the gym. So I'm looking all around my room. I'm like, where the fuck are my AirPods? I can't find my AirPods anywhere, okay? So I had to order new AirPods, which sucks. Shout out to a firm. Had to get on a payment plan for that one. I ordered the new AirPods and I hooked them onto my keys, but they didn't come in time, so I had to raw dog the gym. Now, I don't know if you've ever raw dogged the gym before. It was quite a humbling experience, okay? I like to listen to my music when I'm in the gym and get in the zone, and I'm listening to like DMX, Give It To Ya, like I'm in my zone when I'm in the gym, right? There was no zone to be had. There was no zone, there was nothing when I was in the gym. I'm like, fuck this. I go on the Peloton and obviously the sound is disabled because you don't want to annoy other people in the gym. I was biking in silence, okay? Every time I've done the Peloton, You have like background music and it's like exciting, and the instructor's talking and it feels like a little video game. You're trying to beat your high score and everything. It's exciting, right? All I could hear was the pedaling of the cycles. And like my heavy breathing, I was like, I sounded like a dog after running outside. I was like, wow, okay. It was bad, but raw dogging the gym, if you've ever been in that situation, you know what I'm talking about. 10 out of 10, don't recommend doing that. Also, I haven't really been going out recently, but I saw that Wicked Wolf in Hoboken closed down. So Wicked Wolf has been an iconic bar in Hoboken for years and years and years, and it closed down, and there was, you know, public outrage. People were like, why is Wicked Wolf closing down? So I saw that their rent got raised, and that was the reason why Wicked Wolf was closing down. I will say, and this is no shade to Wicked Wolf, every single time I passed that bar, and when it wasn't a Sunday, there was no one in there. So Friday, Saturday, I would never see anybody at Wicked Wolf. People would go for football Sundays. That's what Wicked Wolf was known for. I went during the Super Bowl. I had a super fun time. The place was popping. It was packed. The thing is on Friday and Saturday, nobody would be in Wicked Wolf. So I understand that they closed because the rent went up, but maybe there are some other reasons why they closed. Like I just never saw somebody in there besides football Sundays. And that's what I'll say about Wicked Wolf. I think it was an awesome bar. I'm obviously very disappointed that they closed with it being so close to Super Bowl Sunday. I was planning on going again. So super, super sad that a bar for 15 years that was known so well in Hoboken closed. It makes me sad. It makes me really sad that Wicked Wolf closed. It was so much fun, such a fun atmosphere. They'd have like confetti come down during football Sundays. It was loud, it was fun. Lots of young people would go. So I'm upset, right? I'm upset that Wicked Wolf closed down. So now I am going to answer some of your questions. Okay, so let's go and see what you guys asked me. As always, these are all anonymous, so I don't know who asked me what, which is exciting. So we're going to the Ask Ally Anything segment, and let's see. When will you finally move to New York? Great question. So if you recall on episode 2, I talked a little bit about my experience moving to New York City and what I dealt with. I dealt with a slumlord living situation, so I had a really, really bad experience when I first moved to New York, and it kind of tainted my future experiences moving to New York City. Alrighty, question 2. Do you need a car to live in Hoboken given that it's a suburb? No, I wouldn't really say that you need a car. I do have my car in Hoboken because it's just convenient when I'm driving home down to Monmouth County. I wouldn't say you need a car though. Everything's very walkable in Hoboken, and you have the path to get right into New York City. You have the light rail, you have NJ Transit. Well, NJ Transit really sometimes isn't that reliable. It's there, right? And you can use it to get to other parts of Jersey. We also have buses that go into Port Authority and buses that go like around, I think like the North Bergen line. So you don't really need a car. I just like it for convenience purposes. Hoboken top 3 menu items you love from any spots. Okay. So I'd have to say 1, the wings at Alessio's Cafe. Alessio's Cafe just has so many different items you can choose from. Like, it's truly a full menu. They have smoothies, coffees, lattes, wraps, wings, pasta, dessert. Like, anything you can think of, they have at Alessio's Cafe, and all of it is really good. That's probably one of my top favorite places in Hoboken. For other places, I like Grimaldi's Pizza, specifically the margarita pizza. And if you like healthy food, I love Alfalfa. I go all the time for their salads. I'm sure you've probably seen me on TikTok eating an alfalfa salad. So those are probably my top 3 spots in Hoboken. First date, are you sleeping with them? No. First date, drinks only or dinner too? I never do drinks on a first date. And this is like no shade, but I just feel as though that drinks, you're not really putting in a lot of effort. You're not putting in effort to make a reservation, to ask me what time I'm around. Like, I don't know. Well, drinks, you are asking me what time I'm around, but I just feel like with drinks also it's kind of sleazy. Like, you're asking me to go to drinks. I know some girls like that because they're like, oh, well, it's not as much commitment. Like, it's just going to drinks. I don't like that. So I never go if a guy asks me to go for drinks. I'm like, no. How many days a week should I be drinking? That's really a personal decision. For me, I don't really drink a ton. I know it probably seems like I party a lot more than I do. I really don't. So I'll go out on the weekends, occasionally. I think I go out a lot more in the summer than I do in the winter. I'm not a big fan of the colds. So I probably, personally speaking, drink like 2 times a week, but you're saying how many days a week should I be drinking? I drink like 2 days a week. It's up to you though. It's really up to you. It's up to your lifestyle. I don't like being hungover. I hate when I'm hungover and I feel like I can't do anything the next day. It's not something I really enjoy. Will your brother be a guest? Me and my friends love him. If Steven wants to be a guest, he is more than welcome to come on and be a guest. I haven't asked him yet, but I'd love if Steven came on and was a guest. Are you friends with Alex Earl? She went to my high school. We're actually neighbors back home. So I wouldn't say I'm friends with her. I do know her. She knows who I am too. And she used to come to my high school parties. Would you ever run for mayor of Hoboken? Maybe. I mean, I've never gone into politics before. I'm not like super political, but I mean, maybe. Anything's possible, right? How to get over a guy you never even dated. Make a pros and cons list. I know this sounds so stupid. Make a pros and cons list of things you liked about him and things you didn't like about him. And if the cons outweigh the pros, then he's done. Other things to help you get over him. Keep yourself busy with hobbies and activities you like. Try some new things. Spend time with friends. Maybe pick up a side hustle. Like when I got broken up with, I really threw myself into content creation and dog walking. So that's some advice I could give you on that. Oh, I'm not answering that. Who will score the first touchdown in the Miami versus Ole Miss game? I think this game already happened. I didn't watch it though. I'm gonna say Miami. Yeah, I'm not answering this one. Oh my god, no, not answering that. Not a question, but putting your podcast on Patreon is a power move. People can subscribe to watch. You know what? I'm really going to consider that. That's a great idea. Thank you so much. Not answering that. Okay. This one's kind of long, so I'm going to read this one. I need advice. One of my friends is stuck in a relationship with a god-awful man. He is her first boyfriend, and she's very codependent and attached to him. She's a middle school teacher. Meanwhile, he worked in a music store. He's able to provide for their lifestyle through his dad's money, and I'm talking serious wealth. For example, for Christmas, his parents gifted him a $19,000 guitar, and his parents gave him $5,000 monthly allowance on top of paying for his rent. Yo, oh my god. Like I said, my friend works as a school teacher. She lives with her boyfriend, who doesn't share his wealth with her, besides paying majority of the rent, like 65%. She doesn't make much, and she works extra hours as a tutor for her students to make ends meet. She makes so little money that sometimes she can't even afford to do laundry at $2.50 per load. So she's forced to drive to her parents' house to do laundry there. I bring all this up because a few months ago she found out that he cheated twice. With escorts he hired for $3.50 an hour. The first time he hired an escort was when she was upstate helping his family clean out a recently deceased grandmother's house. He came up with an excuse to not help. And the second time was 2 days before their anniversary when she went home to do laundry. I've talked to her countless times about leaving, and I've even offered to help her with moving and covering rent since she can't afford to move out on a teacher's salary. This happened a few months ago and she seems to have forgiven him now, but me and her other friends who know about the situation believe that this will happen again. I'm worried about what he would do when they are 10 years into their marriage with kids and their love life is no longer the priority. I'm concerned that she's becoming so financially dependent on him that she will accept the bullshit and never leave. What would you do in this situation if you were her close friend? Best friend even. Okay. It's a lot to take in. I was her best friend, I would sit her down and be like, so what do you like about this guy? What does he do to make your life easier? And really get her to think, right? Get her to think. And if she can't come up with anything and she's like, oh, but I love him. Okay. Love is a feeling. Love isn't something that's gonna last. You need something concrete, right? It sounds like this guy is just using her to have her pay the rent while he's getting escorts and going around flaunting his parents' money. The fact that he had her go clean out a deceased relative's home and was hanging out with an escort just goes to show where his priorities are and exactly what kind of person he is. I mean, wow, this dude is a terrible person. Like, he's a scumbag. Like, I don't even know what to say. If I was her, though, you don't want to feel like you're, like, bossing her around. You want her to feel like she's making the decision to leave him, right? So I would ask her, be like, what does he do to make your life easier? And have her, like, list things out and be like, okay. And if she can't think of anything, be like, well, you know, there's your answer. And be like, what if you had a guy who was, you know, contributing more to the rent, and a guy who really loved you and really valued you and saw the value in you being a teacher and really tried to support you more financially. She needs somebody that can help her out more financially. Even though this guy has money, he doesn't care. And he's spending it on escorts and other things that he doesn't even really need. He could be helping her out. And the fact that she can't even do laundry is insane. She can't do laundry at $2.50 per load, and he's hiring escorts, paying $3.50 for escorts. I mean, his priorities are all out of whack. But if I was her, I would sit her down for like a literal intervention, but don't make it seem like an intervention, you know? Just like, what do you really like about this guy? What does he really do for you? Just softly try to push her in the direction to get her to think deeper about the situation and to really be like, okay, this guy is not helping me out. He did this whole situation, and be like, how would you feel if you were married with kids and this same situation happened? Like, you're bringing children into this world who aren't asking to be here and petting them in a situation like that. This guy's obviously going to do it again. I mean, once a cheater, always a cheater. But ask her how she would feel. Be like, if you had kids and stuff and the situation happened, well, how would you feel then? When you have kids with somebody, like, you're tied to them no matter what. Even if you get divorced from them, you still have to co-parent. I talked about that on my other episode. But try to get her to think about the situation deeper. So I'd ask her that and make her feel like it's her decision. What really matters to you most in a relationship, or what's your love languages? Trust, big for me in a relationship. Someone who allows me to be independent. I don't like someone who's like hovering around me all the time and barking orders at me and asking me what to do. I will just leave. Someone who is ambitious. I'm a very ambitious person. I'm a go-getter. If I say I'm going to do something, I do it. I said I was going to do a podcast. Here I am. Someone who's ambitious, has goals, aspirations in life, and someone who's financially stable. That would be the most important things to me in a relationship. My love languages are gift giving. I love gifts. I also like very like personalized gifts, like things I wear all the time. I wear a lot of rings, and I wear like a necklace all the time. And one of my best friends got me a bracelet, and I actually wear it every single day. My friend Maeve. So gift giving is probably my biggest thing. Yeah, and just being supportive. Like, those would be my biggest things in a partner. Why should I not date my best friend's mom? Is that inappropriate? She hits on me all the time when I go over my friend's house. I think I like it. There's many reasons you shouldn't date your friend's mom. Given that you're probably at two different stages in life, that's probably a big reason. Also, it's your friend's mom. Like, that's kind of weird. Like, they're related. Like, you want to be banging your friend's mom? I don't know. That's just me. I wouldn't do it. It can create a lot of drama and messiness. Okay, so that's the Ask Ally Anything. And we're going to go to Ask Ally Advice. And let's see what you guys asked me. Okay. What's your situation? Just got out of a long-term relationship. I'm getting back into dating. I've been out of it so long, flirting doesn't come as natural anymore. You want to find somebody, be honest, what do you think you should do? Say fuck it and just go for it. This has been going on for 6 months to a year. Okay. So I feel like people sometimes think like flirting, you need to change your whole personality. A lot of times flirting, just ask the other people questions about themselves and like be flirty back. Like if someone says like let me think of a good example. If someone says they like margaritas or something, be flirty and be like, oh, like we should get one, together sometime, and like throw a little wink in. Like something casual like that. Don't be like cringy. I don't like pickup lines. I think that's really cringy and cringe. But be a little bit flirty back. I love some good witty banter. I think that's a great way to be flirty with someone, but not insulting them, like witty banter back and forth. That's a great way to flirt with somebody. And ask people about themselves. People love to talk about themselves. Compliment and ask them about themselves. Best way to flirt, in my opinion. Okay, so we have a long one here. This cough is almost gone. Hi, Ally. Really enjoying the pod. So, long story short, I've been dating my boyfriend of 3 years and I love him. I think that he's the one. So here's the situation. He has a twin brother who I briefly dated in high school. We've only kissed. But now we're grown up and my current boyfriend has mentioned to me that his brother makes jokes about having a three-way with me, him, and his brother. And the last few weeks, it seems like it's becoming less of a joke. I'm not sure how I feel or what I should do. I've always wanted to do something freaky like this, but is it weird that they're brothers? Looking forward to hearing what your thoughts are. Some guidance on what I would do, if you should do it or not. Nothing has been acted on yet. What outcome are you looking for? For thugs to stay the way they are. For thugs to stay the way they are. It's funny. Do something fun. I don't know. It's up to you. Oh, also you said nothing else. Really enjoying the pod though. Hoping for a merch drop soon. I am going to have merch coming out. I am working on my website. I have somebody working on that for me. So it might be a little bit weird because they're brothers. I mean, if they're comfortable with it, okay, fine, like fair game. I mean, if you want to do it, girl, do it. Like if you want to go to Paris for a night, hang out at the Eiffel Tower, now's your time to shine, queen. Like I said, if you want to go to Paris for a night, now is your time to shine. But if they're comfortable with it, I don't really see a problem with it, Like, go to the Eiffel Tower, girl. Go to the Eiffel Tower. I mean, I support it. I'm applauding you from afar. Standing ovation. Okay, next question. What's your situation? Single? Oh, this is one of my friends had asked me this. So some girl that he hooked up with, he left stuff at her apartment and he was like, how do I get it back? Just ask her to mail it back. Like Venmo her the money to mail it back. Ask her how much it's going to be to mail the stuff back. And then Venmo her and have her mail it back. That is the most simple way to solve that problem without seeing the person again. That's what I would do. Okay, so I hope you all have a lovely start to your week and make sure to tune in for the next episode of According to Ally. Alrighty, bye guys.